These are days of great trials.
Good evening. My name is Josh Anderson. I know these guys through my buddy Travis. And just listening about the holiness of God and who He is. And how sinful we are. And how naked and barren we will be when we stand before Him one day. And all the excuses in the world we try to come up with when we stand before Him will be for nothing. All your pursuits of money, all your pursuits of whatever it is that you pursue, position and power, and whatever that be. I know Travis, wherever he went. I know Travis has attested. He's got a picture of one of his cars that he wrecked. And you look at that picture and he should have not lived. So I'm telling you, if your life is broken, whatever it is, I don't know if things are going good or bad, but it doesn't matter. You're going to stand before God. And these men were broken that were playing music, and God saved each and every one of them. He takes broken pieces and mends them back together. That's what God does. Why? Because He created you. And to the Christians here tonight, we're going to go through a passage, through Ezekiel chapter 33. And it's a passage that calls all of us. It calls us to the floor. What are we doing for Christ? How many people in your life do you know? Do you know for sure are lost? Mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents, nieces and nephews. Best friends that you call best friends. I want you to think of them and envision them in your mind right now. Because a lot of people say that, God's not coming back anytime soon. Or, when I'm in my teens, I'm in my 20s, my 30s, I got another 30, 40, 50 years. It really doesn't matter. But on December 7th, 1941, 2 days from now, back in 1941, there were plenty of men in their teens and 20s in a beautiful state of Hawaii. And they woke up that day thinking it was just going to be another day. And 2,350 men and women died. Some of them by burning to death in fuel, some of them drowning, trying to tread water until they hit the ceiling and water hit the ceiling. What would you have told your friends if you were eating with them at a Panera Bread Company right outside the trade towers on September 10, 2001? Would you have done friendship evangelism? What if you met the guy in line and he asked about godly things? Would you have tried to build a friendship with him if you knew that 2 hours later the buildings were going to come down on top of him? November 5th, 2009, 13 soldiers done. They woke up that day and they met their Creator later on. And the one that hurts me the most. August 16th, 2009, my college roommate. Drowned in 5 foot of water. And I never told him about the gospel. In loving memory of. Do you really believe that, Christians? Do you believe it? Or is it just some folklore to you? Is it something you do on Sunday but live like atheists 6.5 days the rest of the week? Think of those people. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Dear Lord, it's by no accident that these people are here tonight. There are some Christians. There are some folks that know they're not Christians. There are some that profess to be Christians that are not. Lord, I had nothing to tell these people tonight in my flesh because I am no better than the world worst wretch in hell right now. It could have been anybody in this group. Anybody. 150,000 people die a day. Lord, please give us some urgency as Christians to share the gospel regardless of what the cost is. I ask one more thing. Lord, please take away the pride of the man on stage. It is nothing that I'm going to say that's going to convert anyone. Salvation is of the Lord. In the name I pray. Ezekiel 33 is the passage that we'll be reading out tonight. I'll give you a second to get there. Ezekiel 33 is in the Old Testament. It's after Isaiah and Jeremiah. Flip to the middle, Psalms, Proverbs. Get over Isaiah, Jeremiah, and then Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 33. Let's stand in reverence for the Word of God. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, when I bring a sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. He heard the sound of the trumpet, and he took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. But if the watchman see the sword come, and he blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take away any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood I will require at the watchman's hand. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word of my mouth, and warn them from me. When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die. If thou dost not speak to that wicked, or if thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood I will require at thy hand. Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way, to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul. Thank you very much. You can see. Ezekiel lived in the days of Babylonian captivity. Israel had been taken captive to the Assyrians, and years later, Judah didn't learn. They kept worshiping false gods. They kept doing things that they shouldn't do, fornicating, everything that they could do. And they did not learn. And now, the first 32 chapters up to this point, Ezekiel has been warning and warning and warning these people of the judgment to come.